friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and today I'd like to talk a little bit about these spin-off films that have been rumored to be canceled and what I think is actually going to happen with them. Now, obviously, Solo tanked. We know that it didn't make a ton of money. I mean, it actually made a ton of money, probably a literal ton of money. I don't know how much like $22 million weighs, but I'm pretty sure it's a lot. At least more than 1 ton. But that being said, guys, because it tanked for a Star Wars film, and really it didn't do well box office worldwide and everything, the rumors have been that they are going to cancel or put on hold other spin-offs, which makes sense. Now, what does that mean? It means the Kenobi spin-off is slowed down. It means the Boba Fett spin-off is going to be on hold as well. But does it, really? And what's interesting is Ron Howard, he said that, well, on hold is not the right term, right? That's not really what he thinks they meant by saying, hey, we're going to pull things back a little bit. So when Lucas said they were going to pull things back, Ron took it a little bit differently. He said everyone at Lucas and Disney really cares about the fans. I think it's an ongoing process of discovering what it can be and what it can all add up to. So it's a process, and I like that fact personally, that they take some chances, take some risks, and see how people respond to it. He was then asked about Solo, and he said, the movie did really well. This movie did really well for me. I had a great experience. Exit polls were great, and the reactions were terrific amongst fans. Caveat, some fans loved it, some fans hated it, and a lot of people were just neutral, middle of the road, right? And so, you know, the economic side, you know, was not what everyone else was looking for. Yeah, it didn't do great. It didn't do great. Now, the article that I'm looking at is from Sci-Fi Wire. So yes, it didn't make a ton of money, unless literally. That being said, though, guys, this is what I think they're going to be doing with this. Ron Howard's tweet doesn't tell me that, hey, yes, they're you know, running with the Boba Fett movie. They're going forward with the Kenobi movie, although both of those movies still seem to be on track for production. It does sound like the Kenobi movie is moving forward. From everything that I've read, from everything that I've seen, it sounds like they're moving forward with it. They've got some scouting locations. They are going to be doing some kind of shooting and probably even some pre-production here in the next probably few months, if not, I don't know, if not a little bit later. Probably, definitely by the end of the year, they will have something put together. And definitely by Christmas, we will have, I think, a solid will they, won't they, but it'll be a will they. They will be doing definitely a Kenobi movie and quite possibly a Boba Fett movie. Now, what I'd like to see is all 3 of these movies tied in together. I'd like to see a Han Solo movie tied in with Boba Fett. I'd like to see a Han Solo movie relatively tied in with a Kenobi movie. Obviously, he can't have met him before the events of New Hope, but that would still be kind of cool, and the events kind of all leading together. That would make the originals kind of tie in a different way. I think that'd be a lot of fun. But this is what I think they're going to be doing, and this is what I think fans can expect to see, if not in the next few years, but definitely within the next 5 years. We are going to see a lot of direct-to-DVD or direct-to-streaming movies. Netflix has done a great job. Well, I say a great job. Netflix has done some hit-and-miss stuff when it comes to streaming, to these new streaming movies. There's a ton of movies. There's always new movies coming out. Some of them are great. Some of them are not so great. And with that, I think when Disney opens up its streaming service, it's going to be looking to create new content. It's going to be looking to create new material. And it, like Netflix, as long as it does well, and it's Disney, so how can it not? As long as it does well and makes money, then I think that we're going to see a lot of movies, especially these offshoots. Maybe we won't see a Solo 2 on the big screen. Maybe we won't see a Lando Calrissian on the big screen. Maybe we'll see it on a streaming service. And I think that's very possible, if not very likely, because some of these, what they're going to do, and this to me as a business person makes sense, they're going to test the waters. They're going to say, does this movie make money on the small screen? If it does, does it deserve a bigger platform? And I think that is just the way they're going to go with it. I think that's what they're going to do. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you be okay with a solo movie on Netflix or Disney's version of Netflix? Would you be okay with it? I think that'd be great. If I was already paying the money for the subscription and I didn't have to pay an additional 15 or 20 bucks and I didn't have to go out, yeah, I think that would be great. Now, it does take away from a lot of the, the passion, the power of a film in the theater, but it also takes away a lot of the risk for filmmakers, even for audiences. I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave a comment in the section below. Like, subscribe, share, and definitely tell me what you think, because I'm curious to know if you think we are going to see movies going to the small screen. And if so, what movies would you like to see on Disney's next streaming service? Leave the comments, leave the titles, leave the ideas in the section below. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and as always, my friends, stay nerdy.